the actual Wonder Woman character.
The actual Wonder Woman character. Okay, yes. What do you like to?
That's way too easy. I'm live on Jody's Corner, baby. Shout out to everybody up here. I just won a free something, yeah.
Free something.
Shout outs to it.
They know me.
It's always good when you win. So, oh, they say, "What's up, Benny?"
Yeah,
that's you.
I'm the comic historian.
Oh, I heard of the comic historian. What the frick? Hi, this is Katana. This is her Suicide Squad Katana. She's here. You look amazing.
Thank you so much.
And you did us fans justice in the movie. Thank you.
Thank you.
You did us justice.
Roy Hibbert, what's up with you, bro? Shout outs to you, man. Yeah. Shouts to Roy Hibbert, bro. Kobe Town, baby. Kobe Town, baby. Kobe's the GOAT. Kobe's the GOAT. 2010. Remember it. What's up, Luda? Ludacris? Damn, my girl, F Ludacris. What's up? My main man, hey, it's my guys. Shout out, live, baby, Jody's Corner, and it's my main man's right here. Do you recognize him?
Love his reviews.
Love this guy's channel. He's killing Screw Attack. He's killing them. Peace out to you, bro.
You're awesome.
You're awesome. Now you know you. It's them. Peace out, bro. Aye. All the way from Brazil. Yay. Hey, everybody. Adrian. That's Adrian Brody, guys. The Penis Oscar winner. My man. Shout outs to you, bro. Say hi to my subscribers. Say hi. It's Diane Lane. We love you, Diane. You look amazing, Diane. You look so beautiful. That's Connie Nielsen. Say hi to my subscribers.
Hi.
She's a beauty. We love you in Wonder Woman. You're amazing. You look gorgeous. Wow. Say hi, Amber. Say hi to my subscribers. Amber, you're amazing. Say hi to my subscribers. We're live. Say hi. We're live. There she is. Say hi, Lisa. You're live. You look amazing. Gal. Right here. Gal. Gal is Jody. Gal. God damn. Henry. Superman. What's up, bro? Shout out to you, bro.
Ezra.
Ben. Hey, what's up, bro? You the man, Ben. You the man, Ben. Put it up, Ben. Right here, Ben. Put me in that shit, bro. She was running like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. A lot of people are leaving now, thank God. I'm still waiting on Patty. Okay, all right, guys, thanks for watching. That's it. Got to stop the filming. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If there's an after party, I'll give it to you. Peace out. I'm out this thing.
Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
Gracias por ver la esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. And it is Justice League movie review time, baby. Yeah. It has come the time for me to review Justice League. Now, understand that the rest of YouTube can do what they do, but I'm going to do what I do here. That's be 100% honest and real with you guys. I ask that you guys be patient and let me get to the points that I have to get to. Going into this film, you guys already know the chaos, the travesty, the all the stuff around it. Changing directors, writers, new score, old score, composers getting out. You guys know what happened with this film. So much stuff. I've covered it on my channel. My anticipation was for this film to be like a C++. Because that's like the best you could expect for a film that has such negative things around it. Whether you agree with the Snyder or Joss vision, that's fine, that's whatever. It's just the simple fact that there is so much changes is why this film is really fighting a uphill battle with a bodysuit, with a weight suit on. It's really tough. So just put that into context before I get into this review. Now, I'm gonna knock this out in different phases. I'm gonna talk about all of the negative things first to get those out of the way. And then I'm gonna give you guys the positives that I have with this film, okay? Let's do it. Justice League is a mess when it comes to its story. Its story is a mess. It's all over the place. The direction is not unison. It's not, it feels like a film that has been through so many different people's hands. It feels like there's a whole hour cut away from the plot. You could tell just by the editing. They did the best they could, but come on, let's be real here. The editing wasn't great because you could just tell that there's a whole nother different type of movie extended from this one. But the story is affected the most by all of these changes. The story is a mess. It's not good. It's a rehash. It's just so basic. The way it's just a basic story. The villain, Steppenwolf, trash. He is a mess in itself. And he's a mess in itself, I believe, is tied to because of the story that is chopped down and is a mess itself. So I tie Steppenwolf being whack to the story being whack because I believe there's a lot more Steppenwolf that got cut from this film. Another negative, this film is way too short. It goes by like that. It is incredibly too short. It is an hour and 59 minutes. It felt like an hour and 20 minutes. It felt like an animated Justice League movie, like through the DC Animation Studios, Warner Brothers Animation. That's what it felt like, so quick and just. It felt like this movie was a display of your heroes that you want to see. It's a display of Flash, Aquaman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg. It shows them in their lights at their moment. It's a display. Look at the league we have. And it feels like that because of the story. Because of the short cut runtime. You feel it. You definitely feel it. The score. The score is here and there. The score is average. I'll say because you definitely heard epicness with the Batman riff from Danny Elfman from the classic 1992 Batman Returns. You heard a little bit of the Friend or Foes theme. I'll say this. It wasn't used enough. I wanted more. There was a lack of epic in the overall score of this film, especially in the final act when everything comes together. The score lacked. The score had amazing parts too, though. I just don't think they executed it well as far as re-looping. If you would have re-looped some of there's a nice Man of Steel nod in there. There's a nice John Williams Superman nod in there. There's that Danny Elfman Batman nod in there. You wanted more of that. I only remember hearing it. I only remember hearing each score, each of those three scores. Hans Zimmer and Man of Steel scores in here. The John Williams Altered is in here. The Batman is in here. But Wonder Woman's really wasn't there for me. It wasn't there. Like Junkie XL doing it just wasn't. It didn't do it for me. So you could really put the score on the negative or the positive side, depending on your taste. Okay. The direction. That's probably what you guys want to know. This is a Joss and Snyder film. But after seeing this film, I'm saying this film is more Snyder than it is Joss. I see a lot more Snyder than I do Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon looks like he just left everything. There wasn't so many reshoots like I thought there was going to be with Joss Whedon. There's a few, and there's a few that I could really tell are Joss's. But overall, this is Snyder's film. And that's a good thing, because I think, I'll get into that later, but I think that both directors did a good job. It looked like Joss did more color correcting and more visual touches to what was already shot by Zack Snyder, which I think that's a good thing, because one thing that's really good about Zack Snyder, not just really good, excellent with Zack Snyder, is his ability to shoot action. But also with that comes another negative, a really huge eyesore. The CGI is terrible. It's trash. The CGI and the green screen are equally bad in this film. I mean, Steppenwolf, the way he looked was unbelievable. The way they chose to use Steppenwolf, he's a completely CG rendered character. I'm letting you know now, there's not a man in that suit. It is a completely CG rendered character from top to bottom. He looks like General Snoke in Star Wars trailers, but used with low budget equipment. You see how General Snoke is completely fabricated and he's completely CG from the ground up? And to me, he looks pretty darn good. Steppenwolf was trying to do that exact same thing, but failed. He looked terrible. The CG looked bad. Themyscira was visited in this film, like it says in the trailers. Themyscira didn't even look like Themyscira to me. That bright, beautiful, crisp place. Shout outs to Bill Westenhoff, visual effects supervisor.
A lot of cheering. Your videos, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
I did. All right. I love it.
It's amazing. This guy walked up to me saying he loves my videos. What's your name?
Bill Weston for visual effects.
Oh man, this
All right.
guy's dope. This guy's dope. Thank you so much,
All right,
man.
man. Awesome.
You're
Keep it
amazing. Thank you.
All right.
Dang, I hope I get close up there. See that? It's love up here. It's love. You can feel it. It's infectious. It's thick. You can't cut it with a knife that was sitting on the stove for 40 minutes. He put his swag all over the Wonder Woman film. Themyscira looks gorgeous and beautiful in Wonder Woman. It looks muddled down, and it doesn't have that magic, eye-popping, beautiful, exotic, wonderful place feel in Justice League. There are two different Themysciras. Wonder Woman's costume wasn't so bright. This is a nitpick. But I think I'm done there. Now let's switch over to these positives. Man, but Jody, what's going on here? You basically said this and that and this and that. Oh man, there's much more to a superhero film than that, because the positives, while they might be scarce, but they hit freaking hard. They hit you right here. I felt like I was watching a superhero movie. Finally, there's something great that it has, and that feels like Wonder Woman, is that I feel like I was watching a superhero film. It felt like I was watching heroes do heroic, epic things. I felt like I was watching the Justice League. They were doing epic, heroic things. Aquaman was fantastic. Every single superhero in this film shined. Let me address Aquaman. Aquaman was dope. He had some funny lines. Ben Affleck did a great job. And Gal Gadot was the headliner in this whole entire film. She was the Superman of the team. Cyborg surprised me with his serious tone. Cyborg bringing a serious tone to this film, even more serious, or just as serious as I would say Batman. Cyborg really surprised me. I liked every single character. Now let's talk about Ezra Miller. I understand that he is not the Flash Barry Allen from the comics. I understand that. That's true. He ain't even Wally. He's his own character. Ezra Miller brings something different to this Flash character. And it worked. I like Ezra Miller's Flash. He was tight. Ezra Miller, like I always wanted to give him that chance. I always believe, yes, all the stuff that looks bad. Yes, he looks weird. He's a dirt. He's a nerd. He's a geek. I still don't like that. But even with all of that weirdness and quirkiness, he still managed to do something that I respect. He found a Flash of his own. He made the Flash his own. And I'm not, hardcore Flash fans will have a problem outside the service, but once you see this film, you really see that there's elements of the Flash within him that he made his own. Ezra Miller did a fantastic job in this movie. He bring lightheartedness, he bring comedy, he grounded this film. When things looked a certain way, like dry, or when they looked dark or depressing, the Flash was there to keep things on the up and up. And let me tell you this, he had some great action set pieces in this film. Now, I told you about him tripping, and I was completely correct about that. I said Flash is going to do something epic, and while he does something epic, he's going to trip and bust his shit. And that's exactly what happened. Pissed me off, but I'm over it, because you know why? I really like the performance that Ezra Miller gave in this film. Every single superhero in this film was great. Gal Gadot was spot on. She delivered her lines amazingly. She's a great actress, yo. She is Wonder Woman. Ben Affleck, he delivered a decent performance as Bruce Wayne, a solid performance as Batman. The chemistry between Gal and Ben was decent. It doesn't feel anything like, the chemistry between her and Chris Pine. That is special. I love how they mention certain previous things in the DCEU that I won't mention, but they reference things with Wonder Woman that really touched my heart and made me feel really good inside. This Justice League film actually, it has nods to previous films, and I think that's amazing. That made it feel like, okay, they're a team, but all of this, don't get me wrong, it all was rushed. Everything felt rushed. That's another negative. This film felt so rushed and put together. Like, here, don't make it. I wish they would have spent a couple more movies building to this moment, but at least they captured the Justice League, and it feels like I watched the Justice League. There's a character in this film that you guys know is there. Let's talk about Superman. The way this is, everybody knows that Superman's in this film. That's not a spoiler. So it's not a spoiler. Everybody knows Superman. If you don't know Superman's coming back, then you need to get your head checked. Superman's in this film. He was in the film a lot more than I thought he would be in the film, which is good. The way they choose to bring Superman back from the dead, that's another negative I forgot. It's terrible. It's just stupid. I don't believe it and I don't buy it, and it should have been done. There's multiple ways they could have done it where it made more sense. They could have done it the way which led. It's weird. Batman vs Superman, he was still alive. He wasn't really dead. I thought that was the way they were gonna go, but that's they chose to do it different. I'll let you guys see that for yourself and decide. But once he came back, my God, Henry Cavill is Superman. Henry Cavill is Superman. Oh dear me. Seeing him in this film brings such joy to my heart. The lighthearted, bright, hopeful. He just felt different. He looked different. If you guys want about the CGI mustache, they did a good job. You could tell there's something going on there. You could see like, dang, that's kind of clean. Something going on there, but it was fine. He was amazing in this film. Superman has returned. The people, yeah, Christopher Reeve, red underwear. I don't want him back. Well, guess what? Henry Cavill is a lot like Christopher Reeve in modern day, with the bad guys, with the tough guy swag on it. Now, yes, there's some choices that they decided to make when he, upon his coming back, that had me on the edge of my seat. But after I sat back and waited and was patient to see where they were going with it, I said, okay, this is understandable. But there was a little bit of an expedition with Superman's story that I could tell some stuff was cut out. It definitely felt like some things were cut out that I'll talk about in the spoiler review. But overall, man, Superman is back. Henry Cavill, welcome. You are now my Superman. It feels so good to say that. Henry Cavill is the Superman that I've always wanted, that the DCEU should have had. He is not Man of Steel Superman. He is not Batman vs. Superman. He is Superman. I've been waiting for him for years. He's here. Oh my God, the way they showed him, just him flying through the air, just the shots of him looking so graceful. You talk about someone that he actually oozed angelic. He looked angelic to me. I felt like I was in the presence of greatness. He embodied so much of what I love about Wonder Woman. Now I got two motherfucking characters that I love dearly and hold in my heart. I cannot wait. And I beg the day, Henry Cavill showed me that he can be it. If Patty Jenkins directs Henry Cavill's Superman, dear God, that would be one of the most amazing superheroes ever made. We need to make this happen. Patty Jenkins, Jeff Johns, Warner Brothers, please listen. Patty Jenkins needs to direct The Last Son of Krypton, Superman's movie. Oh, shoot. I started to tear up in this film. I started to tear up in this film when Superman came back in a certain scene. After he came back, I really teared up and it felt epic. This movie, if I could describe it, this movie is a mess at its core, but it's epic as well. It's an epic mess, but it's great. It has so much greatness in it. Why do we watch superhero movies? To see superheroes do superhero things, right? Now, script and all that stuff, film-wise, it lacks. Superhero-wise, this film succeeds and thrives. Now, is it better than Thor Ragnarok? As a superhero movie, you goddamn straight it is. Thor Ragnarok ain't a superhero film to me. This is a superhero movie through and through. Thor Ragnarok as an overall film, like when you add the comedy element to it, I can see Thor Ragnarok as some people saying it's a better film. I understand. But as a superhero film, this is so heroic. You guys will enjoy your time watching these heroes if you're a fan of these characters. If you're not a fan of these characters, you're going to spend all your time wondering why the film doesn't make so much sense, and you're going to see the flaws for what they are, and that's going to be the main focus that you're going to see. So it really goes by that. But overall, what a heroic superhero movie this was. I am so proud that this film actually turned out to be good overall. Overall, this is a positive film. It's a step in the right direction. Henry Cavill nailed it. Gal Gadot nailed it. Ray Fisher nailed it. Ezra Miller nailed it. Ben Affleck nailed it. Jason Momoa nailed it. And I would just like to say, Zack Snyder nailed it. Joss Whedon nailed it. Everybody really did. It's just, for the most part, the script is the Achilles heel of this film, the story. And I believe that's the reason why a lot of stuff is bad with this film as well. The superheroes are back. Now, before I end this review, I got to talk about the amazing after credit scenes. I'm not going to give you the context of them, but both of them are fantastic. And there's a whole spoiler discussion because those two after credit scenes lets me know where the DCFU is going. The DCFU is looking good, baby. It's looking freaking good. Now let me talk about the other after credit scene. There was the after credit scene with two characters was comic book glory. The after credit scene with these two characters is a complete, I believe in my heart and soul, is a complete Joss Whedon cut from beginning to end. That after credit scene by Joss, I know that's got the way it looked. You think Captain America Civil War is a bright, colorful, good-looking film. It's good to see Black Panther and Captain America in color, bright and nice. You ain't seen shit yet when you see that after credit scene with two said characters. I just watched superheroes come off the comic book page and do something freaking epic. And it looked so motherfucking good. This film, I didn't think would ever have me hyped for the rest of the DCFU, but I'll tell y'all right now, when Aquaman returns and this year break is over, it's gonna be some shit. I'll say that. Overall, I'm proud to give Justice League a B-. It's dope. It's tight. Yeah. I can't believe it gets a B-. Exceeded my expectations. Almost a full letter grade. Go watch Justice League. I'm going to watch it again this Thursday night with the rest of the Just Us League. Me and my boys are going to watch it and have a celebration. It's going to be dope. We'll live stream it for you. It's amazing. Guys, go watch Justice League. Understand what it is. It does have its problems, but overall, That is a superhero movie, and that's how you do it. Epic and iconic is what I took away from this film. Subscribe to the channel for more. I would like to thank everybody who was there with me for the premiere at Hollywood. I'd like to thank Ken. Shout out to you, Ken. Much appreciated for you taking me to the premiere. I am very grateful to have you as a friend. Patty Jenkins, shout outs to you. Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon, shout outs to all y'all. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out this thing, man. Deuces.